5, 4, 3.
We discussed
2.
last week that they. Flag Day. It's a grand old flag. It's a high flying flag, and forever in peace may it wave. It's the emblem of the land I love, the home of the free and the brave. This weekend is Flag Day, ladies and gentlemen, and this is the Fun Show on Big TV for June 15th, 2015. The master of the keyboard, sitting behind the minor keyboard. It's a minor key. It's a minor. That's a minor key, and that's a minor key, and that's a minor key. Michael Sallin, our boss, our host, our producer, our star. Sitting next to me is Kira Miner, who is the heart. That's why we put her between us, because she's the heart.
Those kids will be.
She's the youth and the heart of the
The president is sending 450 kids
And this is Arch O'Reilly, everybody.
That's me.
back
That's me.
to Iraq. Is it? I don't know. If
A
it's
few
Iraq.
hundred more, and then a few hundred more. Oh, some of us are old enough to remember when we sent 50 and 150 and 450
But they're sending
people
them
to a place
out in
called
the desert there.
Michael, to
Places-
a place called Vietnam. You remember that?
Yes, I do.
And where'd that leave us?
Well, that's
54,000 dead?
Yep.
more.
And
I
a
think it's
bunch
up to
of
57, 58 now.
Okay, whatever it was. The point is that, on the other hand, of all the wars we've gotten ourselves into of late, it seems to me that fighting ISIS is the best task we've had since the end of World War II.
Okay.
Yeah, this kid, the
What do you mean best?
about-
What do you mean?
Because ISIS makes the Nazis look like pikers.
yeah,
That's heavy.
mad dogs. That's it.
Yes, yes. And you gotta go out with the dog catcher and do away with mad dogs.
Agreed.
They really do. Yeah.
I don't know that you need a dog catcher. A rifle should be sufficient.
Or at least, wait a minute.
That was
My humble
You
opinion.
could bring.
was-
Wait a minute. Couldn't you let the Red Sox play this team, the ISIS hit game or whatever?
that would hardly be making our best effort.
But,
Yeah, it would definitely
What
not
did
be
I
making our best
predict
effort.
that the Red Sox?
ISIS would get so disgusted if they were playing the Red Sox. Can you
You think
imagine?
they just give up? They just throw in
Well,
the
that's
towels?
it. They would say these
and that's
guys, they can't do anything. The Red Sox. Why do we have
No,
to
they
play?
can't. I may have overestimated their ability when I predicted 68
60.
You were,
wins
you
this
were
year.
rooting hard for them.
Well,
Are they going to do anything about?
68 wins would probably put them in about 5th place in the worst
They've lost.
division in baseball.
They've lost
That's
six,
not rooting hard.
6 in a straight, and
You're placing them.
I was worrying about Pedroia getting hit on the head by that ball that they hit up there.
He lost 2 in the sun yesterday.
I don't know what's going on.
It was actually a little sad when the crowd gave him a derisive cheer when he finally caught a pop-up. I mean, he actually has played awfully hard for a number of years
He played very good baseball.
and deserved a lot better from the crowd than to be made to look a fool.
I wouldn't have done that.
That was very embarrassing. And, you know, the thing is, I don't think he'll ever forget it. I wouldn't be surprised if first chance he gets, he goes someplace else to play.
Well,
Aww.
why wouldn't he want to get out of this team? It's going
old is he?
nowhere. It's going nowhere.
They're paying over $100 million for this lineup, and none of them are performing. I mean, the only people who are performing are a couple of guys who are rookies and are probably making minimum wage, you know. The rest of them are just, and the newspapers here kept lamenting the fact that we had traded this guy named Hanley Ramirez about 20 years ago. to Florida, and they were, if we only had Hanley Ramirez, if we'd only kept Hanley Ramirez, oh my God, we let the best players get away like Hanley Ramirez. Now we got this guy named Hanley Ramirez, and there's no place he can play. He's in left field.
Yeah. And the balls carome off of everything except him.
You and I would do better in left field than Hanley Ramirez.
I could catch some of those
I think
balls
you guys
out
are
there.
already both in left field.
I'd have to roll the ball
my
in, but that
humble
would be
opinion.
better
Just so
than
long
him.
as you don't put me in right field.
Isn't it time to dump those two guys that are on top of this organization? What do you think?
I don't know. I'm ready for a new
The,
topic.
the owners?
No, not the owners. They own. They're not going to leave. Why
Well,
would they?
I had summed up the Sox here on my notes. Big bucks, big bust.
Okay, but what about Charrington and that other guy who's there, the coach, the manager of the team?
Herring, no, what is his name? I forget.
I can't
Who cares?
remember.
Yeah, so
Who
the
cares?
thing. Who
Yeah, who
cares?
cares?
What do we got? What other horrible things are
Yeah,
going on in the world
let's
that we
fire.
need to talk
All
about?
right,
Well,
forget- Okay.
Jeb Bush has finally decided that he's running for president. He's made an announcement.
That is an absolute
He
horrible
turned
piece
on
of
his
information.
TV and saw that Hillary was appearing in a lot of places and making formal announcements, and he went, "Oh my God, me too. I'm running
Oh
too."
my goodness.
I mean,
And the Herald had a headline. They had Jeb versus Hillary.
the whole
There's
thing.
no contest
The
there.
whole
I'm
thing.
sorry.
The whole thing can be summed up by saying, Jeb Bush wants to be the third Bush president. I can't see how that appeals
It's
to
just-
America.
Well, if he
Doesn't
doesn't
even
make
make
it, he could
sense.
maybe. No, he's got till 2016. Otherwise, he could be pitching for the Red Sox or something like that.
Are we back to the Red Sox?
What?
Are you just so fixated on the Red Sox that we have to keep talking about
Well,
the Red Sox?
you gotta find everybody. You could be playing left field for the Red Sox, and you would,
Okay.
and you'd look
That
good
would
in a
at least be
uniform.
interesting.
Thank you, but I would not be able to catch all those balls.
You
Well,
wouldn't.
neither can he.
That's it.
All right, now here's an interesting thing in the last week. The TPP, the trade agreement that all the big businessmen and the Republicans want, and they somehow got our president
Trans-Pacific or something.
behind the Trans-Pacific Pact, and he got shut down
By the
He got
Democrats.
slammed in the House. They wouldn't support the thing. He's now dead. Hillary comes out and says, "You get handed lemons, make some lemonade. Go talk to Pelosi and make the best of it." Warren wins. Obama loses.
What is
You
he
know.
going to do about this?
What's he going to do?
About this defeat? It is a defeat there.
Of course, it's a defeat.
They're saying he's playing with the Republicans. Okay, we're all against him on this thing, the Democrats.
Yeah, yeah.
So what happens?
Well, hopefully people like Joe Kennedy and et cetera will stick by their guns and just kill this thing.
I'm hoping.
Kill this thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it jeopardizes our jobs. It jeopardizes our food security. It jeopardizes our clean water, our clean air, and why this president is trying to do favors for big business, I just don't understand.
Well, Jurassic World
Yes.
grossed
All right,
$512 million.
Wow.
Opening.
It's a sad commentary on America, what it just surpassed, which was something like one of the Marvel comic movies that recently
Wow.
came
What
out.
do you think
I
about
love
all
the
this?
Jurassic Park series.
liked it?
I absolutely think it's one of the most phenomenal, Spielberg, right?
Yeah, but when will a good movie make some money instead?
What's that?
Exactly. What qualifies as a good movie in your opinion?
Something that actually has a script, a plot, and some acting. You
Like
know?
what? Name one. Name one that you think.
Casablanca.
Okay, how about a current one?
There aren't any.
Okay.
Okay.
Noted.
Well, there may be, although
They're out there.
Although-
There's some current.
I literally have not seen a movie in 5 years.
So you really aren't the best person to make that assessment then.
I haven't seen them because of what's out there.
But you're not giving any new ones a chance. At least watch the Academy Award winners, and then you can determine whether there's anything out there.
I watched the Academy Awards. Most of my life I watched the Academy Awards. And then I realized that all the awards were going to Drek. And I stopped watching the Academy Awards. In my opinion, winning an Academy Award means your picture is no good.
Okay
about
then.
these-
I disagree. Loved Crash. Crash was amazing.
These two, Crash, it was
Crash
very
was
good.
phenomenal.
These two fellas who escaped from Dannemora prison up there in northern
Yeah,
New York.
where are they?
Heard about
Yeah.
that. Did they find him?
They could be in Mexico
Well,
by now.
They're not going to be in a drive-in. They don't have drive-ins up there. Okay, I was wondering if they would escape to see a science fiction movie in a drive-in, but I don't think that's going to happen.
There's very few drive-ins left.
Still
so-
a little-
Why did that woman decide to help him? She's
Still
got
a
a nice
little cool.
husband who loves her. She's got a son who's in the military who said she's a good woman. She wouldn't do those things.
I guess it was adventure or excitement or something.
Yeah, this is a woman who should answer
It
a
is a
woman's
woman,
question.
and she's not going to know any more than we do.
Yes, she
I,
does.
I would only go with that, regardless of being married and having a kid, if for some reason they played upon her emotional whatever. And
Well, she was working in that, what was that, bag factory, the laundry factory? She was sewing old towels and things together and things like that. in
now,
the
was she a
laundry.
guard? Or
She worked for, she was a prison employee.
Okay, so she wasn't a guard though. She
Why
was
did
just
they
an employee.
employ people to sew
Yeah, that
laundry
doesn't
bags in the
make
prison?
sense when you can
I mean,
easily have.
I thought you made the
inmates do that.
prisoners
The
make
Warner
license
Brothers,
plates.
no, the Warner Brothers made great movies about things like that happened in the laundry, all kinds of stuff. They were always
But they were prisoners, not
no,
employees.
there were people who were using the sewing machine. Evidently, she got the machine.
Tools for them.
She got the tools from the contractors who were fixing things.
Wonder what she thought she was going to get out of it.
I don't
Well,
know,
she
but
was-
she apparently at the last minute
They
had a panic
they
attack.
expected
Did
her
she?
to show up with that big car and drive them away from
But
all
she
of
didn't
this.
show up.
Anyway, they could be in Mexico by now. Who the heck knows where they are?
Well,
Okay.
from New York, I'm sorry, I would go to Canada. I would not spend time trying to get it down to Mexico. I would get up to Canada, let the heat die
They
down.
could be from Mexico, in Mexico from Canada by now.
Well, that's what, yeah, but
The
that's it. I would
news
go up to
media
Canada and
say
then drop
800
over.
people are chasing them. That's a lot of.
There's a lot
yeah,
of people.
and what they're doing is they're chasing some dogs who think they smelled something.
Well, I hope
It's
they.
basically what they're chasing.
What
Ladies
were
and
they
gentlemen,
charged with?
murder, both of them. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the BIG Unrehearsed Thespian Society's presentation of a brand new epic. Has not ever even seen the archive. Hasn't been in the archive yet.
Kira.
Next year we'll do it again, and then
nothing.
it'll be from the archive.
Yes.
Carefully constructed, and it is entitled Accessible.
Keep it up. I'm loving this.
Accessible
You're building something.
by
here.
Michael Sallin.
Oh.
Written exclusively for the Fun Show here on Brookline Interactive Group.
Are we a non-profit or something like that?
I don't know. Well, we're certainly a nonprofit. We
exactly.
haven't made a buck yet.
No.
I brought cake.
Yeah.
Incidentally,
I
once
get
more, we'd
treats.
like to suggest that we do our On the Road again this summer. Action.
In Las Vegas, George W. said he likes his brother.
As a presidential candidate.
Maybe, but he didn't like his Iran deal.
Who does?
Obama and Kerry.
They're negotiating it.
Not if you ask the Ayatollah.
And Senator Rubio's not happy with our talks at all.
So ask him about the 12 million illegals.
He waffles on that too.
But Jeb is better?
Not a candidate yet.
Oh, yeah.
And just stay away from his mother.
Well, the Celtics get the Cavalier treatment.
There's always next year, Danny.
Same thing for the Sox's Charrington.
Well, Belichick's got a chance anyway.
Needed an offensive guard and then some.
Bet the Patriots didn't appreciate Obama's White House gag.
Now it's time to deflect the incident.
Bling. Wasn't impressed with his dinner performance for correspondence either.
Didn't like the Baltimore rioting either.
Wait a second, those are different events.
Like the drones killing Americans hostages.
You guys must be Republicans.
Bad news travels fast.
And General Petraeus got off very easily.
Boston's Lyric Stage had a great show.
City of Angels, a musical with a weird plot.
I'm not having pizza again tonight. I don't care.
You can have fried calamari.
How about lasagna?
What about Chinese?
Nah, time for a big corned beef sandwich.
Oh, remember last time you got heartburn?
The Tums helped.
Let's keep it simple.
Yep, pancake and sides.
Done.
I know just the place.
Nope, that's too noisy.
That's very clean.
Good compromise.
My appetite diminishes over Nepal chaos,
Understood.
but I'm still hungry.
How about I treat you to ice cream?
Cheapskate.
We'll get the biggest banana splits they have.
Too sweet.
Okay, egg foo young and lo mein.
You kill me.
The guy's trying to be creative.
So is Bromo Seltzer.
You know my North Shore buddy? He loves hot pasta.
We know. And hot baked bread.
Real gourmet, oh boy.
No, he just loves pasta.
What about his wife?
She gives him the shrimp from her dish.
But he hates shellfish.
After 2 large beers,
Everything tastes like pasta.
right.
What about Latin food? Tacos.
Give it up.
You know, we're down in the dumps.
World's in a big trouble.
And we sit here worrying about a meal.
No, I'm worrying about Hillary.
She's got a year and a half.
Yeah, worse things can happen.
Oh, those guys will never let up.
Imagine Ted Cruz for president.
Or Trump.
Yeah, they really have some great leaders there to choose from.
What's wrong with John Boehner?
Well, I'm ready for popcorn and pretzels.
Peanuts, too.
You know, I don't even like Saturday Night Live anymore.
We could do funnier skits than that.
True. Listening to you always makes me laugh.
Wise guy.
We could donate our dinner checks.
We could.
To FEMA.
That's for American disasters.
Okay, the Red Cross. That's funnier.
Good, but very conventional.
Doctors Without Borders.
That's sensible.
Just give me your cash and I'll write a check.
Why should you get the tax credit?
It's always an argument with you two.
But we do sound responsible.
Sure. Like trying to help Napoleonic people.
How much should we donate?
25 each.
He's retired.
Okay, make it 30. Tops.
You're very persuasive.
I used to sell shoes.
Talent coming out your ears.
I'm smiling again.
Well, this evening did seem dismal.
We began with all that joyful news.
Hey, it's reality.
Thanks a bunch.
My hunger pangs are receding.
Just think about mushy bananas and soft grapes.
Actually, I have been eating too much.
Now, there's another fairy tale.
Give him a little credit.
I call this group Solidarity.
What's it taste like?
Here, have some chewing gum.
Blackout.
All right, so we reached the end of that.
Right.
So that was it. That was
Sorry.
called
That was it.
Accessible.
Accessible.
I'm not quite sure why.
I wasn't
I
sure
don't
either, and he
know.
put something in parentheses that I couldn't read, so.
Looking for all those. Oh, here they are. Yeah. It was a full-page article in the Globe this week, or last week, was it?
I don't know.
About kindergarten and tests that are
Kindergarten.
kindergarten
Kinter?
and an
Kinter?
academic
Kinder.
Kinder.
and an academic
German for
curriculum for kids in kindergarten. Can you believe this?
An
I'm
academic
serious.
curriculum.
Yes. They
Well,
had-
I thought the crucial part was the
they wanna-
suggestion
they wanna-
of testing
They want
kids.
to test kindergartners.
Test kindergartners.
They have to just like differentiate colors as quickly as possible and write it down. The block is red. Like, is it an oral test or a written test? How does that make any sense?
What number is this?
When I was in
Is it
kindergarten, I don't
6
think
or
many
2?
kids could spell red.
Red.
I barely could spell red in
Bed.
kindergarten.
We could spell bed.
Bed?
Bed.
But no
Go
red
to
was easy.
bed. B-E-D. Go to bed.
But they wouldn't know what a
What
bee
was the
would
one with
look
Sally
like.
and Spot and What was that book? That was the kindergarten book that
Dick and Jane.
Dick and Jane.
A lot of parents are very upset about this subject that we're dealing
As well they should be.
Play used to be a way for kids to learn about everything.
Yeah, but we didn't have preschool back then.
Well, we did have preschool. Some. They were private. There were all these nursery programs.
Now, by the time kids gone to kindergarten, in many places in the United States, have been in school for 3 years. already.
That's right.
I was probably the first generation of the state-funded childcare early morning. Like, I think it
Yeah.
started in the 70s. I just remember that, that's where all us I don't know, derelict children
where
went
you
in the
got
morning.
stored.
Yes, exactly.
But
That is where we got stored in the morning.
you got stored.
Well, the other kids were still home having pancakes.
That's because
Kindergarten.
your mothers had to work.
That's correct.
But a lot of kindergarten, they come in when they're 4.5, 5 years old, and it's a full year. It's a full day now for kindergarten, and in a lot of states, not every state.
Yeah, some states still don't have kindergarten,
True.
but
Really? What states?
there are a number.
Alaska.
There's a
Really?
number of
Yeah,
states.
they're busy catching
Alaska's
fish,
special.
and they send them out to shoot meese or moose. I don't know.
Actually, they're putting them on the hooks for salmon, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, imagine
So
a
Alaska,
kindergartner
we're going to cut
skinning,
Alaska some slack.
skinning an animal for food for the winter. Is that possible? I don't know.
I could see that.
If you, I see these. I watch this show on Alaska. Do you guys watch it at all?
Which one? There's
Which
a few
one?
of
There's a
them.
thousand
Yeah,
of them.
exactly.
I like
There's a
them
lot
all.
of-
That's
do
the
too.
point.
I agree with you.
I love seeing
love
these
those
guys.
Alaskan
shows.
bush people and
Yeah.
winter warriors and,
Out of Alaska.
and deadliest cats.
Yeah.
The mountain men, they don't want anybody looking over their shoulder
Yeah.
telling them what to do about anything, the taxes or.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
They make up everything as they go along. They don't have to go to the supermarket.
Nope. As long
What's
as they
wrong
have,
with
as
that?
long as they have some moonshine in their women and some food, all is well.
Well, I don't know. I see them trying to get enough fish for the winter and shooting a moose and,
It's not a horrible
and
way to
trading
live.
a haunch of a moose.
Do you think they abide by the hunting season?
No.
They
Not
say they
even
do. If they don't
remotely.
hunt, they're done.
Well, it's probably no. Do they abide by the legal hunting season, or did they just go out and
What's
take what they
do? They
can
have
get?
a legal hunting? They do. They do have it. You can only shoot so many moose. You can, but they have all the caribou up there. They have these great big. Well, they have a lot of wild animals.
I can think of one word why you wouldn't want to go to Alaska.
It's cold.
Palin.
She's not everywhere,
She's
fortunately.
busy shooting gray wolves from a helicopter. You know that. Why
Exactly.
is there a
So,
bounty on wolves anymore?
Is there a bounty on Sarah Palin? That's the question.
Well,
you know?
she could turn up. She isn't a candidate yet, but I'd like to see her picture when they have these other 3,900 presidential candidates.
You just want to
Sit
see
her
her
on there.
picture.
Wait a minute.
That's
What
right.
happened to our
Don't-
picture?
I don't
That's
know.
right.
We
You're
don't-
not supposed to notice those kinds
We don't
of
have a
things.
monitor.
We don't have a
well, what it
monitor?
means is we won't know when we're off.
We
but
have a
There we
new.
go.
Oh, there we
See,
we have a
there's-
new man in there helping out in the studio. Do you remember who it was? We used to know him years ago. I think in 1898 he used to work here. I don't know. I don't know who he is.
Did you see what 2024 is up to
Who
these
is he?
days?
You know who
You have
he
terrible old man etiquette. Do you realize this, don't you?
is. He's a good guy.
2024.
I gave him a ride a couple of nights. I did.
Did you?
I did.
Well,
I
that's
helped.
very generous of you.
He was. I charged him only $5.
Well, that was nice. You should have had him sign off on it, and then you'd
We're
remember
going
his
to check
name.
your Hackney license
Okay.
now, and we'll be set.
You don't need a Hackney
Meanwhile,
license anymore. You just Uber.
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 Well,
Here are the
You can be an Uber
series.
driver.
Hopefully, more towns are going to start passing ordinances that require them to be
I would agree.
like cab
I
drivers.
agree. I'm
Wait,
so
I haven't
offended
even
by
talked
the.
to- I haven't even
how
talked.
many,
disgusted with it.
how many cases of cab drivers raping female passengers have there been?
Zero.
And Uber's been around a year or so, and there's also 15 or 20
Is there?
already.
I'm not
from-
surprised.
Okay.
It's just a terrible,
Okay.
2024.
terrible program.
You're friends
2024?
with the Olympics.
Oh. What about? Never mind about the.
You know who they just signed up for now to back them? Ray Flynn.
I saw that.
Who in
yeah.
the world cares what Ray Flynn thinks?
Well,
Who is Ray
there may
Flynn?
be
Former
people.
mayor of
Wait a
Boston.
minute.
Okay.
He met athletes at the Vatican when he was there.
So that makes him somehow qualified
Yeah.
for the
Okay.
Olympic
He knows
decision.
people who are Olympic stars.
Okay, so he feels
Does
personally
anybody in
invested in
Boston care
No.
what Ray Flynn thinks?
I do.
this. Somebody does.
You do?
Maybe
I used to-
people
I
in their
used to see him in
90s.
this bar in
this bar,
KP.
yeah, that's
the
about
bar I
their-
used to see. He used to come in with his
Ray Flynn,
running
back
suit
in the
on.
day, attended every wake and funeral that ever happened in Boston.
Well,
He
what about
showed
the
up at everything.
NBTA's debt? You don't even talk about the debt. They owe billions. Nobody. How are they ever going to do anything? Then they have all these guys that are going out on early pensions and everything.
Charlie will fix it.
Charlie will.
Yeah,
fix it.
Charlie's on the MBTA.
Is that a song? That's
I think that is.
It's something like
you
that.
Can, you can put it to a tune.
That's a tune. and the Syrians flood into Turkey.
This is the story about a man named Charlie went to
Nah,
salvage the
Wait a
MTA.
minute, I can play
And
that.
did he ever return? No, he never returned.
What's that called?
And his re-election
making
is
it
not
No,
assured.
there's a song. How does that
Charlie
go?
on the MTA. The story of a man named Charlie went to ride on the MTA. Put 10 cents in his pocket, kissed his wife and children, went to ride on the MTA.
Terrific. Okay.
All right.
Now,
That was
we
good.
might or might be on the air.
know,
I'm
Here
not
we
quite
are. I
sure.
see a
Who's
red
moving
light.
to
I see a
Canton?
red light.
Huh?
You know who's moving to Canton?
Who's moving to
Canton?
Canton?
Former Governor Weld. He bought this great big estate.
Oh, really?
there,
He's coming
the
back
Laurel
from New
Hill
York?
Estate.
He doesn't want to be governor of New York anymore?
I don't know. All I know is he's moving here to Canton. How do you like it?
Good night,
You think
Irene.
it's that late?
Yes, it's almost that late.
Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene. Irene, good night. Irene, good night. We'll see you in our dreams. Good night, Irene. Good night, everybody, from the Fun Show here at BIG.
And that new man in the control room.
We'll be back next week.